Now, I'm someone who's just still so glad that when a new piece of tech turns up at the door, I can open it up and just think, wow, that looks absolutely awesome. Because that's what I felt when I first opened up the AJazz AK680 Max gaming keyboard. I was blown away by the style. Now, I absolutely love the look of this thing with the purple gradient across the top and side printed legends, which are actually shine through PBT keycaps and south facing RGB. Not so much right now though, with my white tower behind me here, and also the white AJazz mouse, which I'm still using by the way after my review a while ago now, which should actually give you an idea of what I think about their products. There is a white version of the AK680 Max if you did prefer it, and one with blue accented keycaps as well, and they can be found on the AJazz website, though this particular model that I've got behind me here was sent to me by a retailer called Mechlands, which you can find online, and there will be a link in the description below for that. The AJazz AK680 Max is a compact 68% keyboard, which means that there's no number pad and it also has no F keys either, which I did miss a little bit. It has got a top mounted structure and an aluminium positioning plate, which gives it a bit of weight, but everything is still sitting inside of an ABS plastic shell, which I don't really mind too much. And I don't think a metal shell here would really do much to this keyboard in terms of aesthetics or even sound profile. Now, it doesn't sound too bad as it is, but it is loud and it is a bit magnetic switch sounding. You'll know what I mean when you hear it. It is a bit hollow sounding and there's no real dampening. Just take a listen. The typing experience though is rather nice with the magnetic write switches, and having Hall effect sensors, it means that you can customize the actuation points of your key presses. Now, of course, you can have your actuation to as low as 0.01 millimeters, though I'm not really a massive gamer to really warrant needing my actuation to be that high. Now, instead, I do opt for mine to be around 0.8 millimeters on my downstroke and then 2.0 millimeters on the up, which seems to be a nice middle ground for me and what I need the keyboard for. Being a magnetic mechanical keyboard, you also do have the choice of turning on rapid triggers, though do so at your own risk, as games now, especially competitive ones, Counter-Strike, we're looking at you, are starting to ban players that are caught using magnetic keyboards. All of this though is controlled and programmed using the AJazz driver. Catchy name that, I suppose, but it is pretty simple. But I must say again, I am impressed because I can change all of my keyboard and mouse settings in one place. I don't need 2 bits of software, so kudos to you with that, AJazz. I do like a neat bit of software. And I must say, with the keyboard options, everything is where it usually is with these kind of things. Again, I've said it before in other keyboard reviews, but I think there's probably one single company out there making software for all of these keyboard brands and selling a license. I mean, there's got to be, right? Because it looks pretty much identical to every other Hall effect or mechanical keyboard that I've tested so far. Now, you have got your main settings, which houses your key settings, your stroke settings for actuation points, and advanced settings, which has all of your things like dynamic keystrokes, TGL features, and snap keys and all of that kind of thing. Your FN settings are here too, as well as your RGB options, of which I did set mine to a nice teal color and just leave it. I am that boring, unfortunately. And with any HE keyboard like this, the level of customization you actually have here is just amazing and will be great for gamers out there. But for us casuals, I don't think it will make any difference whatsoever to your gameplay. Now, a big thing for me though is the fact that it does lack wireless connectivity. I really wish it came with it because the Hall effect sensors, the color design and customization, if it had wireless capability, it will probably make this keyboard pretty unstoppable. But I suppose the advantage here is the fact that it has got an 8000 Hertz polling rate, so in theory, it shouldn't miss a beat. Plus, it has also got some NKRO anti-ghosting on there as well. And when I was playing some games, I didn't notice any kind of input lag, and the 0.125 millisecond latency feels great. Though, to be perfectly honest with you, with the types of games that I play now, I'm unsure whether I'd even noticed if it didn't have that kind of latency, so take that as you will. I didn't really think anything of it, and zipping around a game of Overwatch 2 was pretty decent, and the keys have a nice size to them. You can even use the feet at the back to angle your keyboard towards you if that's more your thing for comfortability. The price of this thing, though, just wildly varies. And while the pink gradient version comes in at around $58 at the time of writing this video script, the plain black, no RGB variant comes in at just $29. So if you don't want anything fancy, but you want a HE gaming keyboard, then it's not really a bad pick, I don't think. The $29 keyboard one isn't in stock though at the time of writing, so there is that. but overall, not a bad keyboard.